Do you want to pass all your exams? The journey begins with preparation. Now let's talk about why preparation is crucial. Think of it as a road trip. You wouldn't set off without knowing your destination, would you? Similarly, you can't just dive into your studies without a clear plan. Preparation is your map, guiding you through the forest of knowledge, ensuring you don't get lost along the way. Planning your study schedule ahead of time is a game changer. It's like having a personal coach keeping you on track, motivating you to keep going. It's your secret weapon against procrastination. When you have a plan, you're not just studying aimlessly, you're working towards a goal, a finish line. This sense of direction can significantly boost your performance. So, what does a good study plan look like? First off, it should be realistic. Don't set yourself up for failure by trying to cram everything in a single night. Break your study material down into manageable chunks. Spread out your sessions. Remember, studying is a marathon, not a sprint. Secondly, your study plan should include regular revision. It's not enough to just read through the material once. You need to revisit it again and again, reinforcing what you've learned, making it stick in your mind. Next, don't underestimate the power of practice tests. They're like dress rehearsals for the real thing. They help you get accustomed to the format of the exam, the kind of questions you'll face. They can highlight areas where you're struggling, giving you a chance to work on them. Finally, remember to schedule breaks. Your brain is like a muscle. It needs rest to recover. Plus, taking breaks can actually help improve your focus and productivity. So there you have it. The importance of preparation can't be overstated. It's your roadmap to success, your secret weapon against stress and confusion. Remember, the key to acing your exams is preparation. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Now that you understand the importance of preparation, it's time to discover your learning style. Unfolding the landscape of learning styles, we encounter 4 primary types: visual, auditory, reading/writing, and kinesthetic. Each style has its unique characteristics, strengths, and even some limitations. But remember, no single style is superior or inferior. They simply represent different approaches to learning. Visual learners are those who learn best by seeing. They thrive on diagrams, illustrations, and colorful highlights. For them, a picture truly is worth 1,000 words. Visual learners often prefer to map out complex concepts, transforming abstract ideas into tangible diagrams. Next, we have auditory learners. These individuals excel when information is presented through sound. Podcasts, lectures, and group discussions are their cup of tea. They might even find themselves reciting information out loud or explaining concepts to others to reinforce their understanding. Reading and writing learners, as the name suggests, gain knowledge best through words, both written and read. They are the note-takers, the list-makers, the journal-keepers. Often they will write out summaries of what they've learned to commit knowledge to memory. Last but not least, kinesthetic learners learn by doing. They need to touch, move, and experience to fully grasp a concept. Their best study strategies might involve physical activities like building models or using flashcards. Now, why is understanding your learning style important? Well, it's all about playing to your strengths. By identifying your learning style, you can tailor your study strategy to suit your unique approach to learning. You can choose study methods that align with how your brain naturally processes information, making studying more efficient and less of a chore. For instance, if you're a visual learner, you might benefit from creating mind maps or using color-coded notes. Conversely, if you're an auditory learner, you might find that listening to recorded lectures or discussing topics with others improves your understanding. Once you know your learning style, you can study smarter, not harder. It's about transforming the way you approach learning, making it less about memorizing facts and more about engaging with the material in a way that's meaningful to you. Ready to study smarter? Let's explore some effective study techniques. First up, we have the Pomodoro technique, named after a tomato-shaped kitchen timer. This method involves breaking your study sessions into bite-sized chunks. Here's how it works. You study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Rinse and repeat. After 4 cycles, take a longer break of about 15 to 30 minutes. This technique helps prevent burnout and keeps you focused and energized. Next, we have the Feynman technique, inspired by the Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman. This method is all about teaching what you've learned to someone else in simple terms. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. By teaching, you reinforce your understanding and identify areas where you need more clarification. And don't worry if you don't have a captive audience. Pretend to teach a class, your pet, or even an inanimate object. It's the process that matters, not the audience. Then there's active recall. This technique is based on actively stimulating memory during the learning process. Instead of just rereading your notes, test yourself, ask questions, create flashcards, or summarize what you've learned in your own words. Active recall makes your brain work harder to retrieve information, which strengthens your memory and increases the likelihood of remembering it later. And remember, it's not just about studying hard, it's about studying smart. Try out these techniques, mix and match them, and find out what works best for you. Make your study sessions dynamic and engaging. Lastly, don't forget to hydrate, eat healthy, and get plenty of sleep. Your brain is like a muscle, and it needs proper care to perform at its best. With the right techniques, you can transform your study time into a powerhouse of productivity. Want to test your knowledge? Practice tests are the way to go. Now let's talk about why they are so powerful. One of the most significant benefits of practice tests is that they let you see where you stand. They give you a snapshot of your understanding of the material and show you where your strengths and weaknesses lie. You'll know what areas you need to focus on and which ones you've already mastered. They're like a mirror reflecting back what you know and what you still need to learn. But practice tests aren't just about determining your knowledge level, they're also about getting familiar with the exam format. Every exam has its own unique style. Some use multiple choice questions, others rely on essay responses, and some even use a combination of both. Practice tests help you understand what to expect so you can better prepare for the real thing. They're like a dress rehearsal for the big show. And let's not forget about time management. Exams aren't just about what you know, they're about how quickly and efficiently you can demonstrate that knowledge. Time can be a significant factor during an exam, and practice tests are a great tool to help you get a handle on how to best use your time. They're like a personal trainer pushing you to work smarter, not harder. You see, practice tests are more than just a study tool. They're a way to build confidence and reduce anxiety. They're a way to make sure you're ready to face your exams head on. They're a way to set yourself up for success. So don't underestimate the power of practice tests. Use them to your advantage. Take them regularly. Review your answers. Learn from your mistakes. Keep pushing yourself to improve. Remember, it's not about getting every question right. It's about understanding the material and being able to demonstrate that understanding effectively. Practice tests are your secret weapon to acing your exams. Use them wisely. It's the final countdown. How do you spend the last few days before your exams? Well, it's not by cramming, that's for sure. Let's be clear, cramming is like stuffing a turkey. You might manage to get a lot in, but most of it will come out dry and tasteless. In other words, you're not going to retain much of what you've tried to learn, and what you do remember will lack the depth and understanding needed to answer exam questions effectively. Instead, these final days should be about revision. This is where you go over what you've already learned, solidify your knowledge, and fill in any gaps. It's about making sure that all that information you've been feeding your brain over the past weeks and months is well digested and ready to be served up in a delicious exam answer stew. And remember, revision isn't about learning new things, it's about reinforcing what you already know. So don't panic if you come across something you don't understand. Just focus on what you do know and make sure you know it well. But revision isn't the only thing you need to be doing during this final countdown. You also need to rest. Your brain is like a muscle, and just like you wouldn't do a heavy workout the day before a big race, you shouldn't be doing heavy studying the day before a big exam. Resting allows your brain to process and consolidate all the information you've been learning. Good sleep is crucial for optimal performance. It's during sleep that your brain consolidates memories, making them stronger and easier to recall. So make sure you're getting plenty of sleep in the lead up to your exams. And there you have it. The final days before your exams should be about revision and rest. You want to walk into that exam room feeling confident and well rested. Because when you do, you're not just halfway to success, you're already there. Remember, the final days before your exams are for revision and rest. Walk into the exam room confident and well rested, and you're halfway to success.